Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as
Hello,
both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers, so will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Arthur reaching 3 figures in terms of his appearances for the club.
Yeah, something that I mentioned to him in person before the match, Peter, although it took some time to register. Pretty much the same with me on my 100th game. I was more focused on winning than anything else.
Immobile! Tovan. Well, we've seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Now it's Immobile. Tovan receives it in a good position here. Tovan. That's a decent clearance. Alexis Sanchez. No goals as yet. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Barella, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tovan has it out wide and in space. That's it! There's a goal! Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Oh, look, this is just what the fans wanted. And now that they're celebrating the opener, I think they'll want to see their team make all the running from here.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Pullet. He is just caressing the ball. And Martinez! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
And we have our very first corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Has a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Unsurprisingly, he's been quick to apologise. If you lean backwards, the results are normally high and wide.
Now it's Pullet. Schneider. Schneider! Really well taken goal. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And it's a show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten.
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Milan grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
No, that's been intercepted. Now it's Immobile. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Arthur. Oh, good spread. Tovan. Daron. Daron! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Daron clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
It's a sweet ball, that. Tovan. That's really well cleared. Now it's Immobile. And the first half is done. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at
Those of you
half-time,
making their way
it's
home on
one
public
each.
transportation today, please watch the screen for
So
train
in they
departure
come for the
times
break
from
with
all
nothing to
local
separate
major
them.
stations.
The score 1-1.
Substitution in progress.
Milan kick off the second half. Fofana. Now it's Del Piero. Chiesa!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Aldair gets it away. Costa Curta. Now it's Chiesa. Now it's Del Piero. Played out to the left flank. That's a little off target. Hullet. Nice interception, well timed. Alexis Sanchez. He's played it through.
This match was 71,898.
He can get that clear. And he's only too happy to take that back. Plays a sharp little ball here. Derone. Hits one! That's another chance! They want to be quick to recover this. There will be a throw-in. And here's Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Now that is commitment to the cause. That has been knocked clear. He's gone for goal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Milan are looking to go forward now. Costa Curta. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
It's Snyder! Goal! Milan! And the comeback is complete!
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flights of that, it was too late.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
Deftly away. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Chiesa. He might be in here!
Milan can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think.
He's got to be in here!
Been indicated.
Derone. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Arthur. Alexis Sanchez. And time is up. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match as neutrals. And so we reach a fork in the road.
Hello, everybody,
Fortunes
and welcome
can
to
turn
today's
either way
match.
from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We have already started here. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Davids. And here's Dybala. It's Immobile! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. He rises! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
He won't be happy with that one. And it's Ribery. Strokes it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Thauvin proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
He's big chance! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
And that is out of play. Nicely weighted ball. Well seen. Saw that coming. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Thauvin. That's a lovely, neat pass. And he can clear it away. Thauvin. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Martinez. Now it's Thuram. Davids.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overtook.
Dybala! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Corner number 2 then. And he's there to clear it. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Oh, nicely intercepted. Dybala. Martinez. Ribery. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's a good ball out wide. He has found the way through. Thauvin has a look inside the box. And that has been cleared. Now it's Thuram. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Oh, and he's through the middle. There's the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Dybala. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break,
Please
and
be
the
made
game
aware that
remains
smoking is
goalless.
only permitted in designated
How do you
areas
look back on the
within
first
these grounds.
45 minutes?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, it's been watchable and enjoyable. We certainly had a vibrant start, and if we were going to see a goal, it should have come then. But the odds are favourable for this second half.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Xiao. Lazzari. Xiao. Dybala. To Artur. Passing is crisp and sharp. It's Immobile! He's delivered all right! Swift, incisive, deadly, all done in a matter of seconds.
That's just brilliant counter-attacking football, and as soon as possession was theirs, it triggered a move of devastating speed that was just too hot to handle.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that goal has got the whole stadium rocking here. This is exactly the kind of atmosphere the players should feed off now.
Good-looking ball. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was. Well, this is exactly the approach that...
Chance! And he's there to make the block.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
And he thumps it clear. Oh, well played.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Çalhanoğlu. Nice sequence of passes, this.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice... Colomwani! Loose ball now, and there's a check... Oh, he's been caught on it here!
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Thuram, he's had a hit! So close to drawing level.
Thuram knows only too well how important the chance was. He snatched at it.
Substitution on the field. Number 20.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. But I suppose you don't want to risk anything in a game like this.
Number 18, Sanchez. Number 32.
And he's picked out the run.
Substitution in progress.
Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Milan have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Immobile. Forwards and with intent. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Alexis Sanchez. And it's Sanchez. No way through. And there goes the final whistle. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
From the manager's perspective, Peter, I don't think he could have asked for much more.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more, no less.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. It's gone for a throw-in. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Fikayo Tomori has a rare reputation of being one of the few English footballers to succeed particularly well in Italy, and his very front-footed approach to defending has been very impressive. He's very fast for a defender, and that pace allows him to both engage opponents early, while at the same time he can do a lot of covering and recovering, so being able to deal with raw pace is a huge asset these days.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. And now a sudden chance to counter. Still goalless. He's had it taken off him. Davids. Pavlovic. They get a throw in. Tomori. And he's managed to get rid. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Immobile. Oh, good spread.
Berardi really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Davids. Shifted upfield. Some really good ball movement. And here's Berardi. And he's whipped it across. That'll be a corner. It's their second corner of the game. No, he didn't quite meet it right.
Retegui did so well to make use of the little space that was afforded to him. It wasn't easy, that.
Corner number 3 coming up. Ribery plays it short.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
And now they can spring out of defence. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, there's a probing ball.
There
Pavlovic.
will be 1 minute added time.
Tomori, Berardi. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Rangers are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
He's looking to set free a runner. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. It's a really well-measured ball.
The
Arthur
attendance for this match
could move up a gear here.
71,649.
Just about up to the hour now. Ribery. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
Oh, shooting chance! It was a good ball that, played into his feet.
Oh, how has that not ended up in the back of the net? It was a cracking ball in the way he drilled it across and kept it down too.
Oh dear, less said about that pass the better. Now it's Berardi. Cleared away.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Over to the left. Big chance! It's there! And late in the day, a telling moment.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again. Rangers clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
Number 17.
Rangers have fired themselves in front.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Coming on the field is number 15. Substitutions taking place. There will be 1 minute added time.
Hits one! And that's that. Rangers have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of... Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise
Hello,
of a match that will really get the juices flowing. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And here's the chance to counter. That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
So a very special reception for the very special Franck Ribéry.
Very true, and I think all of us here are expecting an awful lot from him. He is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the very best in his preferred left-wing position. He said himself that that's where he feels most free.
I guess that's what gives him the freedom to make use of his pace, his movement, and his ability to shoot from a fair way out.
Correct.
Shot could be on. He's got the shot away! Oh, that is really good tenacity. And that has been cleared. Looking for the run. And now a sudden chance to counter. Showing good feet. He gets big. Has another go. And again. Goal! Rangers! He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Great hit! Same again, same outcome.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Keeper's dealt with that. Rangers have the chance to go the other way. Oh, and he's through the middle. He's beaten the last man. He's had a hit! Cleared without complication. Now that is commitment to the cause.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Ribery with the short one. And now they can spring out of defence. What a throw in.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. He's going to be disappointed with that. Artur does well to stand firm and defend it. No surprise at all that this is the guy who's had such a positive impact.
Well, having that sort of player in your side is reassuring because the rest of the team knows he can make his influence count at any stage. It's simply part of his package. When he really wants to, this fella scores.
2 minutes has been indicated.
Ribery.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's Immobile. And it's half-time here. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout. Some first-half thoughts?
Rangers clearly are benefiting from their homework. They've dealt with anything that's been thrown at them and have been smart on the break.
Rangers, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Rangers definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Isaacson is wide and looking to get onto this. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Isaacson.
The attendance for this match was
Good run down the right.
71,898.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Tries to dink it in.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really...
Great chance! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Oh, the contact was as crisp as it comes.
Substitution
The direction
on the
was the
field.
issue.
Number 9. Coming on to
Cesena
replace
can
him
now
is
introduce the
number
first of their
27.
substitutes.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Driving forward. And there's green grass ahead of him.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Rangers surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
It's a promising position. Moved on forwards. Quality ball. Artur. And here's Immobile. Defending of the desperate variety.
Rangers probably could have killed things off, but they should be okay here.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And he's gone backward here. There's the hit! And that is it. The equaliser just wouldn't come. It is over. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy... Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Hello,
As you can
everybody,
see,
and
we are
welcome
all
to
set.
today's match.
The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. And here's Drogba. Tchouaméni did just about enough to come out on top. It's Nedved! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
India with the corner, they're first. Punched away. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Shifted upfield. Nedved. Messi. Rangers, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. That's Nedved. He's gone for goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Out again for a throw-in. Pedri. Bellingham making his 200th appearance today. I guess that's the most significant team news.
Yeah, and he's proven himself to be quite a player in the last 199, Peter. Flexible, adaptable, showing a real tactical aptitude, and number 200 should be no different.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Almost half an hour in now. Davids. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And no, that was never going to make it. Bellingham. And it's Davis. Nedved. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Now this could be a chance. Nedved really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes. That's great defending to cover for the goalkeeper and just get something in the way.
Can he spark a counter here? Koundé. And the first 45 minutes are up. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Bellingham. Mbappe! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Tries to get it clear. Adama Traore. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Casillas claims it. India appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
For this match was
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Saliba. Adama Traore. Adama Traore unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Koundé promptly onto that, and that is that. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. It is still anyone's game, 0-0.
India have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Nedved. Pedri. That's a little off target. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. He's looking wide. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
Mbappe. Pires.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
He's got tall. And he's straight offside.
Substitution in progress.
Rangers choosing to make the first change. Messi getting the call here in what can be interpreted as a clear show of intent.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
And it's Pires. That's been cut out, well played. And we're done. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Please use parking provided by the club or
Many
any
thanks
other
to
paid
Jim,
parking
and with
facilities
that,
in
it
the
is
area.
a very good night to you. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Such scenes here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. And as you can see, we've already started here. Davis, he's got the shot away! And that was very necessary. Opts for safety. Now it's Darwin. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, when it comes to youth and potential, Peter, it's hard to look past Pedri, who is probably going to have a very busy game here. I think he's got everything that you need to play in a midfield role, and he's so cute and clever with any aspect of the game in that department, which is usually the busiest part of any field.
Oh, he's been caught napping! It's a goal kick. Costa Curta. Well, we expected better, and so did he. So we're still where we started right now. Now it's Mbappe. That's really well cleared. Saliba. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Pedri. Bellingham. Now who's going to be first to this? And it's Messi. Cafu. Out for a throw. And that's definitely not his best. That's a half-decent try. Pedri. Tchouameni aimed forwards. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's really well manoeuvred. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Works it forward. Now that's well seen too. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Pass is just off target. Pedri. Costa Curta. He's away! And the finish! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, this looks sharp. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, it's been watchable and enjoyable. We certainly had a vibrant start, and if we were going to see a goal, it should have come then. But the odds are favourable for this second half.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Number 19, Messi.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. So neither side has yet broken through.
Number 1, Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
Well read.
Number 8,
The danger is averted.
Rudiger.
Pedri going face to face with his great rival.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Pedri.
Number 10, Mbappe.
Well, looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right.
Martinez.
Great ball if he can get there. And Dijk deals with that comfortably. Rangers with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Bellingham stood up well to him there. Bellingham really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Now it's Darwin.
Portugal are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
The attendance for this match was
A
71,898.
deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Neymar. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Nice sequence of passes, this. Looking for the runner. No, that's been intercepted. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to...
He's had a shot! Cleared without hesitation. Bellingham. Well, that is one way to stop him. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's Davis. Now it's Mbappe. Bellingham. And he's taking no chances there.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
The ball has bounced loose now, and that could set him on his way. Ronaldo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, there's the hit! He's got it all! Finally the breakthrough!
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
Simplicity itself.
Well, I think the keeper has every reason to rip into that defence for allowing him to get into such a good position.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, it's been their hard work that has got them this lead, but I just wonder whether they can keep it up. This may take a toll now.
Gabriel gets rid without sophistication.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And time is up. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this
Hello,
lot.
everybody,
Without
and
a doubt,
welcome
it is
to
the week's
today's
most
match.
eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. We have already started here. No, that's been intercepted. That's been cut out, well played. Oh, that's a decent hit! And he's gone looking for safety.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Well read, nice interception. Has a look and plays it forward. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Araujo with the clearance. Nicked it back promptly. Messi. Now the finish! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Rangers so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And it's Cruyff. That's headed upfield. David Villa.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Eto'o.
Barcelona clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And here's Eto'o. Back into the middle. And he was alert to it. Vinicius Junior. Mbappe proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's a little off target. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. And we hit half-time. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
Rangers really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vinicius Junior. Araujo. Bellingham. He's in space and looking for options. He's shifting through the gears here. Koundé. And he goes cross-field.
The attendance for this match was 72,300.
Just about up to the hour now. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Vinicius Junior really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates...
And the shot! Well, that is commitment to the cause.
Substitution.
Rangers with the corner, they're first. Chow attempts a clearance. Traumedi. Very few chances. Belts one! And that will sail harmlessly past.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Bellingham. Passes short and sharp. And the ball's a good one here. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nunez, David Villa.
Rangers merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
Dembele providing an outlet on that flank. He can get that clear. Barcelona have got it back and they'll have another go.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could...
And Boyan! And he's there to belt it away.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Barcelona finding their passes.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Nunez, David Villa! And that was the final act of the game, a nearly game until the very end. And it finishes 0-0. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. It really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. Off we go then. And it's Davis.
Peter, it's not often I'll focus on the influence of a goalkeeper, but Vitor Baia is an exception I'm happy to make. Consistently strong and one of Portugal's very best players. Never mind just keepers.
Yeah, I very much doubt his nation has ever had anyone better in that position. Modric, passing nice and neat. And that is a little undercooked. Looking for the run. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Darwin. Rangers, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Modric! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And it's been taken short. Rangers are looking to go forward now. And he's managed to get free. Adama Traore. Can he finish? And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
And it's Saul. Mbappe. And it's Saul. Belletti. Now then, the ball's come loose.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
He's shifting through the gears here. Place it in low. Not pretty, but it gets the job. Pedri! Oh, that is rather wayward.
All he'll be thinking is, please, ground, swallow me up.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Succumbs to the
2
pressure.
added minutes has been
David
indicated.
Villa! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
Adama Traore. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break.
Anyone appearing intoxicated or behaving in an inappropriate
An
manner
engrossing
will be
half,
removed.
but
Thank
we're
you
still
very much
where
for
we
your
started,
cooperation.
0-0.
Substitution.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. That's an excellent interception. Pedri. And it's Beckham. He could be in here. And back out it comes. Adama Traore. Pedri.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Adama Traore.
The attendance for this match was
Quarter of an hour into the second half.
70,987.
Bellingham. Bellingham puts his foot on the gas. Bellingham! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Bellingham is offering a right smile there.
Pedri. Koundé wins the duel this time. Oh, easy pickings there. Pedri. Neither of these two want to come off second
That's
best.
good play from him.
Nunez! And he's following up! And yes, it's there! That could turn out to be a huge goal!
After 73
What
minutes,
a time to take the lead.
Number
But now
22.
comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Messi.
Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Spezia have taken the lead.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Rangers are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Lewandowski. Now that looks a decent ball. Fired in. He rises! They've scored! 2 ahead, late in the day. Game over, surely. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
There will be 3
Spezia
minutes
could
added
not
time.
have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see their more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Incoming cross. He's had a hit! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And that will be the final act. Rangers perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. it.